Hello and welcome to Front Row Heroes with Betfred, a new series where we try to find out a little bit more about some of Rugby League's real-life superstars putting themselves on the front row of the efforts against the coronavirus pandemic. Now, you may have seen on social media over the last couple of weeks, Paul Sculthorpe, Great Britain and St Helens legend, of course, has been very active in his local community. A lot of it with his friend Johnny Vegas, a big St Helens fan. They've been out and about delivering shopping and parcels to the vulnerable who can't get out themselves. Now, if that wasn't enough, Scully is cycling for 26 hours straight on a watt bike this weekend as part of what is something that is called the 2.6 Challenge. To find out a little bit more about the challenge, about why he's doing it, let's hear from the man himself, Paul Sculthorpe. Scully, 26 hours on a watt bike on Saturday. Are you clinically insane?
I think so, mate. Yeah, it's going to be certainly going to be tested. But you know, I enjoy doing stuff like this, something different, and obviously the situation we're in at the moment, it kills the day as well, doesn't it? So, yeah, no, looking forward to it. To be honest, it's something I've thought of doing previously. As I said, the current situation just lends its hand to it, and yeah, linking up with a good mate of mine, you and Dow's. So yeah, it should be good.
It's part of the 2.6 Challenge. Just talk us through, give a bit of context to what that is for us.
Yeah, so obviously the 2.6 Challenge is obviously supporting all the UK charities. It's a bit of a nationwide initiative. Obviously, a lot of the charities have been hit hard with what's going on with the coronavirus, and obviously a lot of events being cancelled. You know, a lot of the charities make their money out of mass participation events, which have all been canned. So everyone's doing the bit to support their local charities. Obviously, I'm doing it for the Steve Prescott Foundation. Ewan's doing it for Joining Jack, and obviously MND for his good mate Rob Burrow. So yeah, doing our bit.
As you say, you're doing it with another former Super League player, Ewan Dow's. Whose idea was it, and how did that conversation go when someone suggested cycling for 6 hours?
It was. Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at doing something. I was contemplating doing another. I've done a couple of marathons on the rower, which are pretty grim, to be honest. And then trying to do something really where we can involve the public and get people to join us. And Dowsy rung me about doing the watt bike one. He knows we're both into the watt bikes. We've been sharing, you know, times and scores over the past few weeks. And he said to me, do you fancy doing that? Obviously, the 26 in line with the 2.6, and challenge ourselves. So, you know, we're going to do it. We're going to do it on Zwift as well, which is obviously, you know, enables people to join us on the virtual ride, and hopefully raise some good money for three good causes.
What's the longest stint you've done so far, warming up for this?
Mate, to be honest, I've just got off it. I've just done an hour. I've not done anything over that. I mean, it's pretty grim as it is doing what I go more for distances and set times. You know, pushing it hard. It's going to be a different way of riding. So I've just literally got off doing an hour now to try and get a pace that, you know, we can comfortably ride at for. Well, I say comfortably. It's going to be uncomfortable anyway. Just sat on the saddle, but try and find a comfortable speed.
There's a yellow jersey behind you there. Is cycling something, a bit of a passion of yours, something you've always enjoyed?
Yeah, it's my old mate Bradley Wiggins. That's one of his yellow jerseys. What he gave me in 2012 when we were over in Dubai. You know, when we got back, he sent me that through. So yeah, bit of inspiration for the bike ride.
And then obviously you just said you're doing it for the Steve Prescott Foundation, the charity I know you've done a lot of work with over the years, but just give us some insight into the sort of work that they do.
Yeah, I mean the foundation have been phenomenal. Obviously, Steve set up the foundation when he was diagnosed in 2006, and you know the amount of people that they've touched over the years, and the foundation's just gone from strength to strength. You know, even after Steve's passing in 2013. I mean, you see the work that they're doing at the moment within St Helens and the surrounding areas. You know, sorting supplies for the vulnerable, the elderly, and obviously those key NHS and key workers. So, you know, it's a real community spirit, and you know, I just want to help keep that legacy going that Steve built, and keep his name going strong.
Yeah, you mentioned legacy. You're obviously good friends with Steve when he was still alive, and I know that you're still good friends with Lindsay and his family now. Is it a kind of sense of pride for you, I guess, that you can continue the work that he started?
Yeah, definitely, and you know, there's a lot of people that do that as well. You know, you see that all the people involved with the Steve Prescott Foundation, and they just do a remarkable job. You see, you know, when you see the rewards that they give to, you know, the likes of the Oxford transplant unit to the Christie Hospital, you know, these donations that, you know, that people are putting themselves out to raise to help those less fortunate. And yeah, it's very fulfilling. And for me, as you say, it's more supporting a good friend, you know, when he was here, and now keeping that legacy going that he's built.
And obviously, I mean, as if 26 hours on a watt bike wasn't enough, you've been pretty busy over the last few weeks during the lockdown and throughout this pandemic. Just give us talk us through what you've been doing in terms of your volunteering and the deliveries that you've been doing around St Helens
Yeah,
and wider
been
area.
obviously, yeah, been doing. You know, I'm just one of the guys that's helped. There's numerous people. You know, there's a number of ambassadors. You know, ex-players, Lee Breers, Troy Martin Murray, the boxer. Obviously, you know, the main man, Johnny Vegas. Johnny seems to have been out every single day, um, just doing it, you know, for the town that he loves. And you know, big rap to the Eccleston Arms. You know, Andrew McKyle. You know, he's virtually turned his pub. Obviously, you know, the pubs and restaurants are shut. He's turning that into a virtual supermarket and fast food restaurants. So, you know, just to help those who can't get out themselves, or you know, certainly can't get to supermarkets. You know, them NHS workers who are working all the hours. So just really giving something back, and obviously the Steve Prescott Foundation is a massive part of that in enabling and you know, getting bodies on board to dish it all out.
We've seen hundreds of thousands of people from all kind of walks of life and community across the country step up over the last few weeks to counteract this pandemic. But there's been some great stories just amongst rugby league people and the rugby league community. Do you think there's something about the sport that just encourages people to step up when things happen? We've seen it before, not just in situations like this, but you know, Rob
Yeah, I mean, I
immediate.
think we always say it. I know we're biased, but we always say you know, it's the best game in the world for supporting our own, and that's certainly the case. You know, now is a very, very testing time for everybody. You know, it's not just in rugby league. It's not just in, you know, locally. It's not just in the UK. It's all over the world, and you know, there's a lot of people in need, and certainly the rugby league community have just done what they've always done and pulled together and help each other. You know, I think we've got a great culture within our game to do that, and as I say, I think it's part and parcel of how we're brought up within the sport.
And we're seeing on the news and on social media every day the efforts and the stories of people on the front line in the NHS and the emergency services. Just can you kind of sum up how you feel about what's going on there?
Yeah, you can't speak highly enough of them, can you? I mean, the job that they're doing, saving lives and trying to save lives and putting their own lives at risk. That's the selflessness of these people. You know, risking their own lives and unfortunately their own families. You know, some are staying in hotels so they don't do that. You know, and that is just you know, when you hear as well what these people get paid. You know, some of them, it's just obviously it's in the blood to do that. So massive raps, and you know, I really hope that after this is all over, that these people get the rewards that they deserve.
And obviously, no rugby to talk about at the moment, but announcement has come through this week that the Australian government have approved the plans for the NRL to return at the end of May. It'll be good to have some footy back, won't it?
It will. It would certainly be nice to see some rugby, some live sport in general. Yeah, it's quite a big shout, isn't it, by the NRL to obviously get back playing and be behind closed doors and what have you. But I know obviously you know things are different. I was talking to my cousin who's in Australia, and it is very different over there than what we've got over here.
I suppose the closest comparison you could get would be a long injury layoff for players in this situation. Just how frustrating is it when you can't go out there and do your job?
Oh, it's awful. You know, it's the job that you're paid to do. It's the job that you love to do, and when you can't do it, it is so frustrating. As you say, it's like being out injured with a major injury, and you know you just want to get out there and do what you enjoy doing. You know, it'd be difficult for the players because not all of them have access to to equipment to be able to keep up the fitness levels and levels of training that that you used to day in day out. So I think, whenever the time is, certainly for Super League to come back playing, I think the players are obviously going to require a bit of time to get back up to speed.
Well, Scully, thank you for joining us. Good luck at the weekend. Hopefully you'll raise a ton of money for what is a really, really good cause, and keep up the good work as well, with the volunteering and the deliveries as well. We'll speak to you
Cheers,
soon,
Lewis.
mate.
Thanks, Paul.